Howdy everyone, Joshua Fields Milburn here from The Minimalists. Welcome back to Livingroom Conversations. Today's question is from Dave. Dave asks, how do the minimalists spend their money? Well, I spend it like a lot of people spend it, but then I think what changes is around the edges of what I do with my money. I think Ryan is fairly similar. So first off, I pay rent, I pay for utilities, I buy the things that I need, and also some things that I want, things that will add value to my life. But then I tend to avoid the junk, the extraneous stuff, and that money tends to be spent differently. Now, while I was still in debt, and I'll put a link in the show description, the plan that I put together to get out of debt. But when I was in debt, I used every last dollar that I would have otherwise spent on junk when I was simplifying my life. I used that money to get out of debt. But now that I'm out of debt, I'm able to free up some money to use in interesting ways. So I like to spend money on experiences and consumables that I enjoy. I love going to a nice coffee shop or a nice restaurant. Not going to really nice places every day, but having the expendable income to spend on those treats is definitely nice. But then also I like to find ways to contribute beyond myself. So in the last few years, Ryan and I have found ways to take some excess money, excess to me, some additional money that I would have otherwise spent on excess stuff is probably a better way to put that. We've taken some money and done some really neat things with it. So a few years ago, we built an elementary school in Laos. We funded a high school for a year in Kenya. We donated some of our own money, but then got our audience involved in some other causes as well. We helped out the victims of the mass shootings in Orlando and in Las Vegas in the last couple of years. And we built some clean water wells with our friends over at Charity Water in Malawi. So finding ways to contribute beyond ourselves. Right now, my 37th birthday was yesterday, and so I'm donating my 37th birthday for folks who want to help us build a grocery store in our hometown. It's Dayton, Ohio, which has one of the largest food deserts in the country. And I mean, there's 1 million people in greater Dayton, about a couple 100,000 in the city proper. And there just isn't access to good food on Dayton's west side. In fact, there isn't a single grocery store on the entire west side. And so we're trying to help build this nonprofit food co-op. If you're interested in that, you can just go to theminimalists.com/Dayton. You can definitely give some of your own money as well. But Ryan and I have decided to donate $20,000 of our own money. And you know, it's interesting. I do have some expendable income where I can do that now. But when I was in the corporate world, I didn't feel like I was contributing in a way that I should have, because I was constantly living beyond my means. And when I walked away from the corporate world, I remember I made $23,000 that first year. And I actually gave more that year through financial giving, but also through my time working at a local soup kitchen or Habitat for Humanity, finding ways to contribute beyond myself, because money, let's face it, money is just one resource and it's renewable. The other resources, our time and our attention, are not renewable. And so giving those out as well is really helpful. And so I use money as a tool these days, a tool to pay my rent, a tool to buy things that I need. As you can see, I certainly own some stuff, and that I had to exchange money to get those things. But it's about not having excess stuff and being careful with the money that I do have. If I want to purchase something that's over $100, I tend to wait 30 days. If it's more than $30, I tend to wait 30 hours. I call that the 30-30 rule. It's something I've been writing about recently. And so 30, 30, 30. And so that helps me really identify, can I do without this thing? And if so, how can I best use this money? Is this the best use of that money? One of the charities that I enjoy giving to frequently is in fact, I've just automated the donation to it. I give to them every month, is the Against Malaria Foundation. The Against Malaria Foundation is probably the most effective charity in the world, according to givewell.org, which is another great website for charities if you're looking for really effective charities that use their money, the money that they get, wisely. And the Against Malaria Foundation, you're able to buy basically $3,500 saves a life. It buys enough mosquito nets over the course of one person's lifetime that they're much less likely to die from malaria. So if you're looking for a good place to give charitably, hopefully you'll help us with the grocery store in Dayton, Ohio, theminimalists.com/Dayton. If you donate $37 for my birthday, I'd really appreciate that. And then beyond that, if you're looking for regular charitable giving, I would encourage you to check out givewell.org. That is a great organization, and they highlight 4 of the top charities at the time, the most effective charities. And then, of course, yes, I spend money on things that add value to my life. What do you spend money on? What adds value to your life? Let me know in the comments below. I've really enjoyed doing the Living Room Conversations this month. This is the final day in June, and so I won't be doing them daily from here on out, but I will bring some guests on here at the YouTube channel. We'll keep doing the Living Room Conversations semi-regularly. So if you have a question, leave it below on this video. I'll be coming back to this one to answer some questions in the near future. Maybe, who knows, we'll do one a week or a couple a week or a couple a month. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but I've definitely been enjoying these. It seems like you all have been getting a lot of value from them. So leave your questions in the comments below. We'll see you next time.